Hey everyone, we are here recording this episode in this place that we're calling between the bookends. It's like this little space of time in between August eclipses. So we already experienced a Leo eclipse. It was a solar eclipse earlier this month. I think it was August 12th. And we're going to have another eclipse next week on the 27th, only this will be a lunar eclipse and it'll be in Pisces, very watery sign that's nebulous. So it's like if it feels like the ground is falling out from under your feet right now, that could be it. That could be it. And we're in this in between space where one eclipse told you something, and now we're waiting to see what happens that kind of pulls it all together or smooths it out for us. I don't know. It's different for everyone, but we're like standing between these two doors and we're between those bookends, however you want to look at it. And we're in the in between. We're in between. So if you, I don't know, it might feel like you made a decision or that something ended in that first eclipse or before that first eclipse, because eclipses, a lot of events around eclipses happened before, or maybe somebody showed you who they really were in that eclipse, or you just haven't caught up to all the feelings and all the things that you were seeing at the eclipse. So that's this whole window that we're in right now. So having said that, welcome back. This is Different Paths and Shared Values, conversations around astrology and the human experience. And I'm Julie of Julie May Astrology. And this is
And
my
I'm
partner.
Wendy. I'm just the human experiencer.
Oh, good. You
The,
can put into words the human
yes,
experience for us,
the
such that
human
that's a
experiencer.
lot.
That's me.
You get to
And for
experience
some
everything.
reason, life has decided that they're just going to try to have me just experience as much as possible.
In this little bitty bit of time, right?
Cram
Feel
it all
everything.
in.
That's eclipse season. Woohoo!
Yep.
Okay, so like I said, we have these two eclipses. They're 15 days apart, and that new moon solar eclipse in Leo on August 12th, and then on the 27th is that full moon to boot. Not only is it an eclipse, it's a full moon. So in Pisces on August 27th. So there are different signs that these eclipses were in. They do different jobs, but they're in the same little window, the same season. And so that's a lot of really high energy, maybe low energy, but a lot of emotional stuff that can go on. So we're going to take these and talk about them a little bit one at a time. Even though one of them happened already, we're still feeling the effects of it. So on that new moon solar eclipse that we had, when it's a solar eclipse with a new moon, it's like the volume's turned way up. It's, the sun up here that's you, the lights are turned way up for a minute and then all of a sudden they're turned down low because, there's that new moon and it's hiding the sun. And so usually if you just have a new moon, it's like it's a good thing. It's like, oh, let's plant some seeds. Let's see what grows under this new moon. It's a new feeling. We have another, a chance to, do something, fix something. But when it's an eclipse, it's like, yes, this is a new moon and we want you to go ahead and plant that seed, even if you don't know what that seed is, what's going to grow from it. You don't know if you planted a sunflower or a blueberry or a zucchini, but you'll see it eventually. It'll pop up and you'll know what it's for. So it's in Leo, and in that sense I call it the courageous self-expression eclipse, because um, Leo likes to be seen. You are Leo, aren't you? I forgot. Are you Leo?
No, I'm Capricorn.
Oh, you're Capricorn. That's right. I thought you did this, and I'm like, wait a minute. Now I got a bunch of Leos around me in my family.
Oh,
You're just not one of them. So Leos like to be seen. They're like the actor. They're like, yes, put me on the stage. I'm ready. Um, and this eclipse, um, well, Leo also likes to be authentic if it's actually being true to itself and it's not just trying to mimic something or put on a show, but it's bright and it's out front. But when it's an eclipse in Leo, things might surface that are like, um, what's hiding behind that new moon? Have you been acting? I don't know. What am I trying to say? Have you been, if you're not that Leo, have you been making yourself small to keep the peace, or have you been waiting for permission to be yourself? Because this is all bright, but you're down here and you're like, well, they're doing this, but I don't want to cause any problems. So am I hiding behind something instead? And does that need to break out? So a lot of times eclipse moments that we've been talking about in my astrology circle happen before the actual eclipse because there's a lot of energy that leads up to those. So with it could be, it's like building up to it. So it could be breakups, it could be breakdowns, it can be emotional tension, that kind of thing with this eclipse in Leo. And it's showing up Leo style, which is bigger than life. So that energy is really big, even bigger than I think some other eclipses because they all feel different. So and of course, astrology is personal. Yes, it affects the whole collective, but on a personal level that shows up in your chart in whatever area it does. But we're not going to get into that because you could book a reading with me and I'd be happy to go through it with you. But that's too much astrology. We're just going to get into this. So in this eclipse in Leo, for me, I'm going to give you some personal stuff here just so you understand how it can affect. I told you it can be breakups, breakdowns, breakthroughs, something. For me, literally, it was a breakup with a Leo. Now, I don't think you can get more literal about a Leo eclipse and breakthroughs and breakups than that for me personally. So and the sun and my sun, the sun and moon were sitting right on top of my natal Uranus, which is this planet of change. It's like we're changing things up whether you like it or not. So watch out. Here it is. We're here. The sun and moon are like, okay, here we go. Just hang on for the ride. I don't know what's going to end up on the other end. We'll see at the Pisces eclipse, but and that's occurred in an area of my chart that is all about spirituality, um, philosophy, freedom, career, how your public. So all of those things got hit in that first, it revealed a lot in that first Leo that I'm still kind of sifting through. So I'm sure you guys have stories like that too. Eclipses aren't easy. Breakups aren't easy, breakdowns aren't easy, but whatever happens, remember always that it's led by spirit, it's led by the universe. So, anything you want to share? Want to talk
oh
about
my
with regard
gosh.
to all that? What's going on, all this energy?
All of that. So, like we were talking about earlier, the whole be change you seek thing, I stepped away from that for a little bit because I just felt like I was something's not clicking. It's not working. I got to figure out what I'm missing here. So I stepped away from it. And then I had that epiphany, I had that breakthrough, like, oh, okay. So I want to be that person that is always trying to just give some insight to someone that maybe they're not thinking of, or that they're maybe overlooking or whatever, to try to get people to change their perspective a little bit so that they can open their minds to a different way of thinking. And particularly if I see them really being closed-minded towards things. But I've also been, because I named it Be Change You Seek, and I was trying to be this pillar of the community. Be the positive voice, be that, positive energy and bring that into the world because God knows we need more positive than we got plenty of negative going around. We need more positive. So I was focused on that so hard that I finally realized just within the last few weeks that, okay, I now know what it is that I've been, why it's feeling so heavy, because I haven't been completely authentic. I haven't been allowing the anger or the sadness or the hurt or, there's negative reactions that we're going to feel. And those are normal, and it's okay to feel them. And it's okay, even more okay, to express them. You know, I'm not saying I have to go out there and be like bitch on wheels, and always just, but sometimes I just got to let that out of me because that's been who I am my entire life. Like I'm so passionate about things, and things can trigger me. And then I would squash that knee jerk reaction and I wouldn't let it out. And I feel like, okay, that's the past 3 years that I've been working on Be Change You Seek. I've been squashing that. And now I'm like, oh, no, 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 we need to stop that. Like, we need to be able to express ourselves completely wholly in still in a respectful way, obviously. And
Yes.
and holding space for other people and their perspectives, and being open-minded. I still want to be all of that, but I'm not, but being open-minded, I just said that to somebody online the other day. Just because I'm on a spiritual journey and I'm open to things doesn't mean I don't, I'm not going to tell you you're being an asshole when you're being an asshole. Those things can exist, they can coexist. It's okay. He was like, oh, for such an enlightened person. And I'm like, I never claimed I was enlightened. I am definitely not enlightened. I'm trying to get there. I'm working on that. I want to be enlightened, but I'm not. And I never said I was. What I am is a human being, and I'm experiencing life just like, well, not just like everybody's experiencing life in their own way. It's all about that perspective, that personal perspective, and but being authentic to that and finding a way to be authentic without blowing everything up, you know?
Yes. So you had a breakthrough moment and you're probably still working through that. So maybe this
Oh
next
yeah.
eclipse is going to help. I think this next eclipse might bring a more spiritual aspect to it, since it's in Pisces. Definitely, it can still bring up a lot of emotional things, so it might start to smooth some things out. But yeah, I mean, that's a big thing to allow yourself to remember that I am a human and I'm gonna have all of these emotions, and I need to express them in a way. I need to express them. I can do that in a
Mhm.
way that's not harmful, but I do need to express them. That's an important thing to bring back up for yourself and to remember. I mean,
I think that's an important thing that the world needs to remember right now, don't you? Because there's so many people out there feeling free to express themselves however the hell they want to express themselves. And a lot of it's not in a
yes,
healthy way. So I think they do need people, I think people do need to see more of us expressing everyone express yourselves freely, but in a healthy way that doesn't tear down anybody else. There's no need for that. There's no need to do that. You can express
I
yourself, but you don't have to shut everybody else down.
that's big. So we both had a few big things because that
Yeah.
Leo energy in that eclipse was like, if it's not working properly, or if you're like not focusing on the right things, it might be Leo can tend to in a negative slant tip down into wanting to be the center of everything or needing applause to, feel good about themselves. But that's not what this eclipse was looking for. It was just saying you don't have to perform. You just Leo, be your Leo self, because Leos in their um, best positive light is expansive and loving and bright, and so eclipses, they want to shine a light on having you look at that good side and bring that part out. But It was just like, what are you? Who are you if no one is there clapping for you? Now look at that, and what is it that's coming through if you're thinking about that? And it is very personal to all of us, but
You just added a whole other layer to that epiphany for me, just with that. You completely did. I
what?
just had a whole other epiphany. Like, because you said it's not about performance and all of that, but, and I just now realized I've been such a people pleaser my entire life. And then I was a musician, a performer. I was on stage
Yes, me
performing
too.
music,
Yeah.
you know? So I feel like now I'm like, oh, I literally have spent the majority of my life performing and not just being who I am authentically out there in the world. I've been performing this whole time. And that I think is where that epiphany came from was like, yep, we see you. You're still performing. Knock, knock. You're not on stage
Wow.
anymore. Don't perform anymore. Just be you.
Be on your own stage and be yourself. And yeah. Yeah, it's I mean, I know I'm older than you, so it's not like we were super close growing up, and we are cousins. I don't think we said that in this episode, but it's like we do have such a similar path because you're a vocalist, I'm a vocalist.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a lot of good singers on the Park side of our family,
Oh,
um,
yes.
and but I did the same thing. I'm going to
Hmm.
perform. I'm going to be that person who does everything perfectly.
Yeah.
So you can't, um, tell me that I did something wrong. I'm going to have make sure all my ducks are up, or if somebody else needed something different, I would try to be that, or try to, yeah, fill in the blanks for people. And it's definitely eye-opening when you're like, what have I been doing?
Uh-huh.
Where did you do that? But whew, okay, I'm glad it came through on this podcast then.
Oh
Woo!
my gosh. That was some clarification for sure. Big
Well,
clarification.
so we're not trying to force any of that ending now, but at least see it's still eclipse season, so you're still getting hits, you're still getting
Mhm.
information along the way. So this gives this in between time that we're talking about just gave us a little time to breathe after that powerful Leo solar eclipse, um, to let whatever came through just kind of take those deep breaths, because now going into the Pisces eclipse is going to feel completely different. Now, it is an eclipse. If you're like me, you're going to feel it heavily, and it being a full moon as well. But we're in that in between. So we're still seeing things that we're meant to see at this eclipse. So the next full moon lunar eclipse is, as I said, the 27th. So I think that's Thursday. So where Leo was like, stand up and be seen for who you really are, Pisces is almost opposite of that, because Pisces is nebulous and watery, and it's ruled by Neptune, which is the great dissolver. Um, and so it's like, yeah, things were forming, but we need you to kind of not really just fully form that shape yet. Full moon, new moons are like, planting those seeds. Full moons are like something culminating, because it's the big bright moon, and or something that you did plant under a new moon is ripening, or something is showing itself that is all of a sudden undeniable, whether you want it to be or not. So with Pisces being a very dissolving sign, um, this full moon might just be, it might not be a clean finish. It's going to dissolve some more things that need dissolved, or ask you to let go of something, um, even if you don't understand why, or you can't explain it. And with Pisces, it might not be quite so obvious. Sometimes for me, like a lot of things come out in dreams, messages in dreams. So this could be uh, dreams, it could be signs, it could be symbols, however you receive. Um, but it's not always as in your face. But you'll feel it. It's expressed more like behind the scenes in the dark. Like um, it might look like something crying at some little thing that happens in your day, and you don't know why it set you off because it's a Pisces is very emotional. So it might be just being super tired and just feeling like you have this emotional load that you need to get off your chest. Um, it can be heavy, but it will have personal meaning. So it's like what we sense, we can't explain yet, but we're feeling it, we're sensing it, but we can't explain it. Or there's something that we need to surrender to spirit, to surrender to the universe that's starting to come out of you, or maybe something that part of your human reality, your experience is something you've been avoiding because you're hoping it's going to get better or hoping it's going to change, or you've been idealizing it. So Pisces that's what we'll be asked to look at in this, that, and we're already feeling again as we move toward that next week. So it's like it might not seem like a big moment of closure, but it might not just be saying, okay, don't hold on so tight, you know, let's kind of ride this wave and see where it's taking us and go with where life is flowing right now. And who knows where it's going to take us, but we're going to get signs about it. You're going to start to feel it as we move through this second eclipse.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so a lot of that resonates too. The other thing that I noticed, and it's sort of in the same boat as the energy, the epiphany that I had earlier, but energy wise, I've noticed I spent the majority of my life in fight, flight, or freeze mode.
Mm,
Physically, like my body is always, I'm always tense. It's like I'm always ready for the next thing to happen, or, I'm always on alert. And I was like, oh. And so my body has been really throwing me fits lately. I've been having all kinds of health issues. I went to the doctor. I'm like, hey, let's figure this out because I'm so exhausted. I can't function half the day. And I'm having all these different symptoms. I literally took her a list of like, this is everything. Figure this out. Help me figure this out, please. And, but I also, during that time, before I went to see the doctor, realized that my shoulders are always up like this and I'm always tense. My jaws are always tight. I'm always tense, my whole body. And that when you said earlier about the, kind of going with the flow, the energy and manifestation and all of that, there's a lag. Thank God there's a lag, right? Because if we manifested everything that we thought or wish or said, my gosh, oh my goodness, yeah, that would
yeah,
be,
you do have to
well,
remember, be careful what you wish for, right?
I mean, exactly. Then we would all really be tense because then we'd all be like, oh, no, 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 I didn't mean to think that.
That's not what I meant. I wasn't clear enough.
So that's the purpose of that lag in manifestation. People think, manifestation or whatever, or people try something and they don't get it immediately and they get frustrated and like, well, it's not working and nothing ever works out for me. I've been there, done that. Like that's the voice that was in my head for so long. And now I realize that no, no, there's that lag for a reason. You need to be able to sit with it first, give it some time to, unfold in
Yes.
the proper, in the right way, in the right timing when I'm prepared, when, like you have to be open and ready for it too, or
Yes.
you're going to miss it completely anyway. So it's just not going to show up in your life until you're ready for it to show up in your life. And so, yeah, that heaviness and that, I guess, just constant reminders every day of, hey, calm down. Stop trying to
Calm
control
down.
every single thing that's happening all around you all the time. Let go
Yes.
of that control for a minute.
Yeah, and that's the good side of Pisces. I mean, in detriment, Pisces could be like, well, let's just ignore it for a while, or let's avoid it, or let's numb it with something, or but really with Pisces, what you do want to just, you want to let it out, but you want to let it happen in its time and not try to control it too much. This image just appeared in my head about canoeing and people that would get on a river and they're trying to like to control so much, and instead they're going from shore to shore to shore to shorter, instead of just kind of trying to
Instead of
manage
going
the
with the
flow
current.
using that or the way it's supposed to be yours. That image just flashed in front of me, and I'm like, yeah, it's like that. Quit fighting everything, or you're never going to get where you're going.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It may not always happen the way you want it to, but
Yes, you will get
gosh,
there
like
2 hours before after the rest of the group, or
right.
the rest of the group has to pull over on the next sandbanks while pull you out of the trees that you went into
Oh
that
my
your feet went
gosh.
under.
There's just another man, you're just speaking my life. Like I've been up in the trees for way too damn long. It's like, stop already. Calm
Ah, I
down.
understand it well. We all have times like
Oh,
that. At least
that's
I
so
feel like that,
funny.
even if we don't admit it. Okay, well, wow, we're just like, woo! It's eclipse season. We're in between. We're just, yeah, we're bouncing off the balls and or the shore on both
Yeah,
sides. Yeah. Well, we're in
yeah,
the water. It's where we're supposed to be right now, heading toward Pisces. So I don't know. You might not be quite so comfortable there because you're very earthy and I'm more watery. So I'm pretty confident in this water flowing along. I mean,
and I'm
that
over here trying to dig a hole, going, bail, bail the water out.
Oh my God. Okay. All right, people. We're just having fun today. This is
Yeah,
what we needed. We just needed to laugh.
yeah.
But that is I guess I ought to tie all this up now about eclipses, unless I get another image about something. But so in this eclipse season, that Leo eclipse was showing us things about ourselves, loud, undeniable, specific, saying this is going to change. You might not want it, but it's happening. And then we're going to hopefully loosen our grip and flow into that Pisces eclipse. And you can still stand up and then soften, Leo, stand up, Pisces, soften. Um, be seen in that first eclipse and then kind of let go of needing to look at it one way. And it's something you said earlier, that change of perspective with
Mm.
Pisces, because it will be a different look to everything.
Oh, thank God there will be a different look. But yes, you know, and I think it's really important that everybody remembers because I do feel like this is just sort of the norm for most people. The majority of people right now, it's just heavy. It's a
It is.
lot. There is so
There's
much
a lot.
happening in the world. There's so much happening in our lives because of things happening in the world. Um, but I think if we just stop trying to force everyone else to think the same way we do and just allow space. The biggest thing, I saw a video the other day and it was awesome, and I'll have to send it to you, but um, literally nobody has the same perspective as you, as me, nobody has the same perspective ever. Like we grow up in the same household or the same family or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's very personal
It
because
is.
we're the only ones in here. We're the only ones in this meat suit experiencing the world from this perspective, this view, this everything. There's nobody else that is exactly like us in that. And so trying to fight all these other perspectives constantly is a losing battle. And why are we fighting so much?
Yes.
Why do we even care that that other person is thinking differently than we are? Like just stop and I guess I'm just trying to convince myself, stop, enjoy this moment and the next one and the next one, because these are the moments that I have. and this
Mhm.
is the world that I'm in. And there's so much beautiful, good things just to see and experience. But when we just focus on all of that tension and all of that heaviness, that's what we attract more of. That's what comes at us even more because that's what we notice. It's
Right.
just what it's so putting what we notice, reframing that and shifting
Mhm.
that perspective just a little bit even would, I think, go a
Yes.
long way towards some relief from all of this heaviness.
And eclipses have a lot of energy, but I don't mean to portray that it's all bad energy. It's not.
Right.
It's moving us forward
Yeah.
and things that we might not want to deal with or experience, but is what we need to do. It helps those things happen. So, I mean, we're mid-story, we're in between those two. We don't have to rush through this. Even I won't even say toward an ending because it might not still all be clear in that next eclipse, but it'll be more clear if you're allowing life to flow for you. So, we started out having to sit with that Leo truth, and then we're going to have to sit in that Pisces release, hopefully for
Hmm.
people, and spend time in between considering everything and being patient. I mean, a lot of
Yeah.
getting where you want to go in life requires patience. So,
Hmm. I
okay,
think
so
reframing for me is reframing, instead of seeing a lot of those things as so heavy and negative and all of that, just see it for what it is. It just is what it is. And it can be, it's a lesson, really. Learn from it what you need to learn from it and move on.
right.
Because we really are the ones that put the meaning behind those things. Nothing comes at us in a negative way or in a bad way or anything like that. We're the ones that assign that meaning to it. So stop assigning. For me, I'm talking to myself. Stop assigning bad, negative, all go away. Stop doing that. Calm down.
Now, I've been through, as we were talking about this before we came onto the podcast about a dark night of the soul
Yes.
period. And, I personally have been through that. And I remember just saying to myself, fine, let it all burn down. What is it you want me to see? What is it you want me to do? And when you finally just say, okay, just show me, let me see, what is it? What do I need to let go? And that's when things start. It's that Pisces release when you finally say, okay, I'm going to quit fighting this. What is it? What am I supposed to, where am I moving toward? What do you want from me? And I'm talking to spirit, universe, whoever, whatever, whoever your higher power is. For me, I call it the Holy Spirit. So, um, yeah, yeah, sometimes you just have to do that. Say, okay, all right, I get it now. Just what do you want? Show
Hmm.
me, show
Just
me.
like the canoe in the water. Just stop trying to control every single thing.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Which has always been a hard thing for me,
Uh-huh. Me too. Me too.
but I'm proof that it can happen at any age. You can learn
Yes.
at any age.
There is hope for the rest of us. We just look at Julie. See, Julie did it. Well, I can do it too.
Well, I don't know if I totally get it, but I'm working on it, just like you. I'm
Yes.
working. It's a lifelong thing. Okay,
It is.
so yeah. Before we close, anything else you want to talk about or anything you want to say?
Oh, other than just, I feel like I always need to have these visits with you more often. Every time we get on here every month, like this is what I need more of this in my life. And I feel like maybe a lot of other people might want to see that, like, and it doesn't have to be about astrology or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Having a talk with another human being that understands what it is you're saying and doesn't look at you like you have eight heads, that's important. It is important. I've been a loner, and that's important too, though. To have my alone time is really important. And um, I value that a lot. But if I think maybe I went went a little too far in that direction. So
Well,
not maybe. come back out of the cave a little bit and show your head sometimes.
You've been hibernating. It's okay. I do
Yeah,
that
yeah,
too.
I've definitely been hibernating. So yeah, I think human connection is important. I do. And I think everybody could gain from that. Find somebody just to laugh with, for goodness sake.
That is so important. And
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're having a lot of um, these emotional feelings and thoughts, just remember that. Go find somebody to laugh with. Go hang out with dogs at a lake, and float around. Do something that makes you feel good. And until next time, thank you for being here in this in between with us. Have a great day.
Love you all.
I love you. I love you. I love you all too. Trying to end.